Planet Zoo, Planet Zoo, it's time to play Planet Zoo. Hey, welcome back to Planet Zoo. This is Martini4. We're back here at Talbot National Zoo once again, and we are finishing up this Herpetarium build. I did a little bit of research on trying to find pictures of the St. Louis Zoo's Herpetarium. There wasn't a whole lot as far as pictures on the outside, so I kind of used the one picture I found as a kind of reference on the style of it, and then kind of tried to mimic it. It was mainly just the front doors, so I just tried to kind of mimic that a little bit as much as I could, and then just kind of throw in my own little style with it as well. And then the rest of the building was just completely made up as far as whatever I thought was necessary, whatever looked good. So this here, just trying to make this entrance look really really stylish, I guess. Trying to put a lot of detail. The reference picture, there was a lot of little details and stuff that I really wish we had more options in Planet Zoo here. Like a lot of the pieces or the walls had like reptile sculptures and stuff into them, like different lizards, snakes, whatever. We don't really have a whole lot of that here, so I just kind of used what we had. And then using the tunnel here as like a big covered archway, I was just going to use the regular arch and just kind of copy and paste it. But then I remembered the actual covered arch, which worked out perfectly. And then I used just the single archways. Just added detail. So yeah, kind of sad to see this project end, but there are a few little tweaks I still need to make on some things. I actually haven't gone inside to look to see if anything's clipping through the walls. I kind of went inside and fixed the front doors, or like the entryways here, because some of these pieces were clipping through and I had to move some stuff around. So I redid the trim and stuff around the doors on the inside of the building, but I haven't really looked at the rest of the build to see if anything's clipped through and showing. I think most of the exterior walls are just the staff areas anyway. There are a few places where the habitats or the exhibits go all the way up to the exterior walls, so I'll have to check those out and make sure. So yeah, here really starting to see things come together. Instead of just having the flat wall, it's all kind of sticking out and really adds a lot more depth to the building itself. Yeah, some of this stuff was a pain trying to get it moved because it was all in separate groups, or I had to separate the group, and yeah. I know a lot of creators put their stuff on the workshop. I unfortunately will not be putting this on the workshop, just because, one, I have no idea what the piece count is, and two, Um, Trying to group everything together, and with all the different terrain, heights and stuff, I doubt it would look very good trying to download it. So here, yeah, using the chains and the lanterns as the lights above the door, and then I also place them off to the side. The actual building has windows right there next to the door, but my hallway goes right up to the edges of the door, so it wouldn't be realistic to put windows there. So I left it the way it is, and I think it looks pretty great. And now here, I decided to make these little alcoves underneath things. My thought plan was to kind of showcase like a plant or some sort of like shrub inside that alcove as kind of a centerpiece to the landscaping. So yeah, that's why I did that. And then of course I just had to copy and paste everything down the line, get it all lined up there. Here I realized that my alcove parts weren't really lined up specifically with the parts above it, so I just had to make some little adjustments along the way. Yeah, you'll probably notice some of the I started this before I did my gift shop and restaurant, so I had to pull some of the elements from this build, or from the detailing here, over to the side of the building with the restaurant, so you'll probably notice that. And now we're working on this front plaza. This part gave me so much trouble. I knew what I wanted it to look like. The actual building itself just has a set of stairs leading up to the door with a handicap ramp leading down the side. So I was trying to kind of mimic that, but the staircases weren't working out, and you'll see what I'm talking about here in a little bit. I'm not talking about these stairs, which is kind of ironic that I wanted to put a handicap ramp leading up to the building, but then I have this giant set of stairs right here with no handicap accessibility. They have to go all the way around. And then after moving all of this stuff, I realized that the railing was really high, so I just moved it down to the same height that the other side is, and pushed it into the wall. And here, trying to get all the pathing all lined up. I cut a lot of it out because it was a big pain. But you'll see right here, those should have been stairs, but all I could get to pop up in there was ramps. I tried using the trick, putting a shop in there, and trying to like line it up with the path so that it just gives you a small set of stairs, but couldn't get it to work no matter what I did, so ended up just having to leave it with just the ramps. It doesn't look bad. It just wasn't what I really wanted. So getting all these curb pieces all lined up. Gonna build a little planter area here where I'm going to put the large sign that I made for the inside, which you've seen on the thumbnail here. And yeah, there's a better view of the ramp areas. You can still see the the worker that I had to fire just standing there because it's paused. But yeah, poor little vendor. And eventually, once I get all of these put in, I will pull that sign out here. This whole outside took me a lot longer than I expected it to. Just because for the most part I didn't know what I wanted it to do, and then I couldn't get things to do what I wanted it to do. But you know, next time I try doing something like this, I'll know what to expect and be able to implement it faster. So here we are, grabbing this sign and pulling it out here. Trying to get it lined up square. Beautiful. And now I'm trying to detail around it. Again, just had to pull out some pieces and see what they look like. Here again, I wish I had more of the more like reptile-ish style statues. All I have are snakes, so that's what I put up there. Yeah, I thought this sign looked pretty good after I got it all done. I do end up going back and putting a little more detail up around the post instead of just having the, you know, that plain looking square post. And I had to put something on the back of it since people are walking behind it. I didn't want to just have the back of the sign there. I thought about just spinning it around, but I didn't think that was really too realistic, so I just built that little area there. And here's the corner pieces like I did for the shop area. That was the first one I actually did, and then I copied it and pulled it down there for the shop. And I went through, here's where I'm talking about the extra little detail piece. But I went through and I placed down the mulch throughout all of the planter areas and stuff, just to cover up the where it dips down and where I couldn't get the terrain to level out. And then using these vines here to kind of creep up the side of the detailed post that I put in, so you don't really even notice it anymore. But that's okay. I know that it's there. And yes, again, I stole another Sparrow's ideas with the creeping vines. She used that in her kind of recent gift shop build. So go check her channel out if you don't already. And now a lot of this is setting up some of these alcoves. You see, I'm kind of setting things back into it. I was kind of thinking of like showcasing a different plant in every one, but there were a lot more alcoves and plants that would fit. So I just did like areas, just um, kind of keep things a little bit symmetrical and organized. And I just tried to fill these in with as much as I could without making it look too too overdone, too gaudy. And then I wanted some lights up inside here to kind of light everything up. So I just used these little the regular zoo lights, Planet Zoo lights, and put them in every little alcove there. Yeah, like I said before, I never really liked using palm trees as like outside of habitats as part of the regular landscaping, but this building it really um, really calls for the palm trees. Just the tile roofs and the aesthetic of the outside, the limestone, just everything just goes together with the palm trees. So I used them a lot more than I normally do. And now for this little area, I was just trying to pull elements from that earlier planter over, so it just kind of looks really cohesive. And then I added in, I believe those are like the lords and ladies. I just kind of placed them all through so it all looks like it was together. And now we have our centerpiece inside the this big plaza area. So I went with a fountain. Again, wish I had a lot more reptile statues. So I used what I had. And a little teaser there for what's to come. And yeah, I did just have these fountains squirting out of the rocks, but once I put those guys in, I had to switch that up. Now you may have seen the worker walk right through everything. I did go after I finished all of this, and I put in the barriers and sunk them below the ground level so people aren't walking through my fountain. And now I'm trying to mimic this like little fountain lip and stuff. It's kind of at a little bit of an angle on the very bottom for the base, and kind of did my best to make it look the same so that I could extend this out and make like an extra planting area behind the rocks. I just thought it made it look a little bit better, especially if you're walking all the way around it. I thought you need a little more eye candy behind everything. Now working on the outside or the side of the building, kind of. Again, more planting. Just extending all this stuff out. Trying to make this whole area very cohesive and decorated. For this, since it's such a large planter, I did a little bit of kind of rock formations. I've noticed a lot of businesses will just throw large boulders in with their landscaping. Just nothing special, just a large boulder along the side. So I kind of did that here and decided to use some of those giant rhubarbs since I did have a lot of area to work with. You can kind of see those alcoves lit up there a little bit because of the lights I stuck up in there. Kind of wish they were a little bit brighter, but that's okay. Kind of doubling up the what are those? The Swiss cheese plants, just to kind of make them a little bit fuller looking. And then a lot of it I just throw in these bushes just to fill it out, using some cypress trees here on the side. And then this guy I accidentally double clicked with the random rotate on, but I liked the way it looked, so I left it and then just copied them down. So yeah, that was a happy little accident there. And then right here, I had this little bitty, here's the little trick I was talking about. You use the shop, and then it puts a little staircase in there. So yeah, I really like doing that. I do it a few times in the next build I start working on. So yeah, this here is the back side of the building. We don't really see it too much. I forgot to record doing the doorway there, but it's just a little bit decorated. In the future of the zoo, we'll probably add some habitats and stuff on the back side of this, so we will do more work back here later. And now coming up, kind of coming up to the end of the video here. Down next to the restaurant and the gift shop, there was just kind of a little open space. So I decided to just fence it in. Just made like a wooden privacy fence. Didn't really do anything with the inside of it yet. I figured I could make it like a little backstage area or like a holding area for, you know, whatever supplies and stuff that they would need. But yeah, yeah, you see it's a pretty large open area. I don't know what to do with it yet, so I just fenced it off just to cover it up. And then finishing off this little section here with the landscaping. And we are about done. I appreciate everyone's support with this build. Really love the community. Love everyone. All the comments and stuff I've had on Facebook and everything. Pretty awesome, guys. So if you haven't yet, hit that like and subscribe button for me. Helps me out. And I will leave you to watch this end cinematic here. I'll see you next time. Bye.